Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Agent Academy. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle or MP3 player. And now, welcome to the Agent Academy.
Downloading latest intel package. Welcome back. I was getting worried about you.
Agent Academy, episode number 23, recorded on May 27th, 2018. I'm Agent Goonie Guy.
And I'm Agent Soho.
And we've got an amazing show for you today. It's going to be the most epic show in the world. We just had an epiphany tonight that this was going to be an awesome episode, and we're going to talk about Epiphany night. Well, probably not much, because information's still coming out about it, but we'll talk about some of that, and we'll talk about surveys and landers with chips and other stuff that's happening in the Ingress world. So stay tuned. Don't go away.
I like
Insert
chips.
Commercial. Okay. So, how are you doing, Agent Soho?
Pretty good. I came back from watching Deadpool 2, which was excellent. Laughed the whole way from beginning to end, even before the movie started, because there was a bunch of funny trailers.
Did you cry?
Anyway, and then of course people got up and left during the credits. That's a no-no. There was some really funny stuff during the credits. So if you watch the movie, do not leave. Anyway, it was really good, and there's portals everywhere. There's a portal where I was from my seat, like sitting in the theater. And so we went to Monaco, which actually is called the Cinemark now. I don't know. That's a Huntsville thing, but there's a bunch of portals all over the place. It's Bridge Street is kind of like this. I don't know. It's an outdoors kind of like hipster kind of like upscale, I don't know, outdoor marketplace thing with like this gondola. Like, anyway, it's super fancy. Anyway, but there's a ton of portals, and there's a bunch of portals that are actually sitting on top of each other, and you can't like click individually. You always have to click on the. It looks like just one, and then it'll spread out and it'll show you a menu of two every single time. I don't know how in the world this happened, but I remember first playing Ingress years ago, and people were telling me, "Oh yeah, and on Bridge Street, you gotta watch it because there's a lot of hidden portals there." Anyway, it's bizarre, but that's where I went, and I had a fun time blowing stuff up. And right after I watched the movie, which again was an awesome movie, everything I had taken and destroyed or whatever got reverted back to blue. So they're very active on Bridge Street.
What?
In fact, there's a blue guy who works there. Scottish Merce is. I hear that he works somewhere on Bridge Street. So he corrected my wrongs. Anyway, but when I got there, it was nice and green already. But anyway, so that was pretty cool. What else did I do? Did a little of this, a little of that. Went to Tennessee, got some portals. Just kind of daily stuff.
Did you get my lottery ticket?
I didn't. I got a scratch-off ticket, and I won another scratch-off ticket. That was it, really. So I didn't really get any money. But it was fun times. Fun times. Mm-hmm.
Fun times.
Yeah. So, what's up in the world of Goonie Guy?
Goonie Guy. Just, I haven't actually been able to play much this week. I mean, I've been playing a little bit, but just working on the website was hosed up for a little bit, and I think it's fixed now. Trying to move over to the new achievement system. And for the special achievement for tonight, just warning you, the form that you normally fill out isn't the same one. It's somewhere else. And you'll have to do it on the actual episode thing until we get something fixed. So bear with us, please.
And that's the achievement for watching this episode?
Yeah.
So basically, like, wait a day or two or something?
Until tomorrow, I guess, or maybe the next day. I mean, it's a holiday, right? So, I'll get the page out there where it will be out, so you can go submit it like tonight, maybe.
So you're basically saying that tomorrow's a holiday, and not like even web forms on websites don't even work tomorrow.
Possibly.
So everybody's
taking
off, even like HTML code. So come back on the next business day.
They drank too much Malort tonight, so they're going to be sitting there, not being forms.
Right.
They're going to be hungover, half dead. But we'll get it fixed.
Yeah.
So also, I was going to be on working on an op, but it got canceled because of various reasons I won't go into. So I need an op to do. So we need to just make our own op.
Mm-hmm.
Go out and
we can do that.
Do it. Film it. We'll film it. Hmm?
Yeah. Does it? Can we bring some Malort with us? Can we do some sort of
maybe.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I think we have to drive to like Pennsylvania to find Malort. I don't know if they sell it in Alabama.
No, you can order it on Amazon.
I don't know if that's true.
Oh.
I mean, we put
it's
a link to it in our video, I think.
It's listed on Amazon. I don't know.
Well, you can't even order wine to Alabama because we're like one of those states that you can't order drinks online.
Oh, right.
But Malort might be considered something like engine cleaner, so you might be able to get away with it instead. I don't know.
Right. Oh, yeah. So it's brought to our attention that drinking and then driving later, of course, is a big no-no, and of course it is. So we're talking about it's an on-foot endeavor. We're gonna do a foot traveling op. In which we have Malort, right?
we got 5 MU.
We have to run. Hey, that's something. That's an achievement.
It was 5 layers of 1 MU.
Right.
But we had some Malort and threw up and got arrested. So good op. Here's our sit rep.
All right. Yeah, we'll get back to you on that one. Yeah. So
the last thing is, I've realized in Alabama, it's really hot in the summertime, and the car I drive, it's a Honda Fit. So the windows on this thing are like, they're huge. Like, it's almost like there's nothing but windows on this car. It's like the Pope Mobile, and I'm just sitting in it. And people are really confused, like, because I don't look like the Pope. Well, I mean, I'm getting old and gray, but anyway, so it gets really hot. So I'm thinking about tinting my windows. Like, I feel like in Alabama that you buy a car, it should just come with tint.
Okay.
So I bought some of that cheap static cling tint to try out.
Oh, no, really? So you just put it on there yourself and like you roll it on with like a roller? Is it like you use a debit card to kind of get the bubbles out?
I don't think you even worry about that. I think you just leave the bubbles in. It's kind of like an aesthetic. You just kind of
oh my,
like bubbly. You just tell people it's bubble tint.
Oh, okay. So it's intentional.
Intentional. I see what you did there. I accidentally said the word that we said earlier.
I was accidentally awesome for a second. Oh, well, okay. Reverting back to not awesome. Well,
but the one thing I was thinking is I was going to get the limousine tint. So I got like the 5%.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah,
which is highly illegal in Alabama.
Yeah.
But I figure if they do anything, I can just rip it off right there because it's just static. I'll be, how'd that get on there? Just pull it off. Because it's just a static sticker.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I had, was it 12%, 11%? I had a really, really, really dark, and I used to get pulled over all the time, like constantly, but by different police officers.
Right.
So not one would ever get me twice, but they always said, if I catch you again, I'm giving you a ticket. So make sure you get this off there. And I'm like, yes, sir. So I never got popped. But
So if you
I drove around for years with the darkest tent.
So
Any darker than like 10 or 11, I forget.
25, 26, something like 32. I don't know. It's some like off number, so you can't actually get a tent on it.
Yeah, it's 30s or late high 20s or something. I forget, but that's the legal stuff. But like I had it on my on the back windshield, and then I had it on half the front windshield too, like coming down like a sun visor.
Right.
I mean, I don't want anybody to see in, but that was the threshold of being able to see out. Like if you put it in reverse and you're backing up somewhere at night, it's very difficult. Like you're like, please don't hit anything. But having limo tent 5%, there's no way. I would never drive with that dark. But and nowadays I don't care about tent. Like I drive a Jeep, so the rear windows are tinted by default. But I'm not really into cars like it used to be. But I was all pimping up my cars and stuff way back in the day. But anyway, but now you have the roll-on limo tent stuff. Like, I
have the roll stuff. It seems like such a pain in the ass to actually do. I haven't done yet. Like I've watched the videos. Like I've done the precursor stuff where I'm like, okay, let's see what I'm into. Watching some Russians tint their windows, and they do it like this awesome way, and like it's like, oh man, it's gonna be like an epic Pinterest fail, and I need to like take a picture of it and put it on Pinterest. But I don't know if I actually want to take the time to actually do it. So I think I might just see if I can get my family to give that to me for Father's Day and like do the real stuff. I mean, the places around here you can get it for what, $75, something like that.
Yeah, that's about what I paid. I think I might have paid about $100, but that was like all windows and rear and everything. But like, so basically, where you're at is you bought something really cool and you're like looking at it, like the parts are all there. Like, when you go and you shop for like a really awesome entertainment center for your living room, you're like, man, this is going to be epic. And it's got lights and all these shelves and drawers and cabinets and glass parts and plastic. You're like, yeah, you get it home. It's in a box. It's full with 1,000 pieces. And the manual is in Chinese. And you're like,
where's my boombox?
Well, and it sits there, and it sits there, and it sits there, and you're like, a year goes by, and you're like, I might just sell this on eBay. Somebody will buy this.
Yeah. So if anybody wants a tent. So, I mean, but that's Ingress. Like, we'll get to some more Ingress 1017, but I think tent is Ingress conversation, right?
Right.
Right. It has to do with driving around, playing Ingress in the heat. In the stifling heat.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so...
That was a tangent.
Situation report.
So like we said, now we're getting to the Ingress part of the show. And this is the news and events. And, there's not a whole bunch. I mean, it's probably happening. It's probably getting on Reddit and news places right now as we're doing the show, as everybody's... getting ready to leave Epiphany night, or they did leave. I don't know. It ended today, right? Sunday, I think. Something, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
Sunday.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll get some more news from that, and we'll talk about a few things that we know of. But there's a bunch of videos that Incredible Hulk did on his website, Ingression. He was at Navarro. I don't know if he live streamed, but he did upload some videos, so you can see those on his YouTube channel, and we will link to those in the sit rep for this episode. So go there and
AKA Colin Williams. You know him, you love him. He did some epic videos, so go check those out for sure.
And there was the few things that we saw out there was there's a new Oliver Linton Wolf from the Prime universe, so he was there, and they did a remote participation event where they took the Aztec Stone and the Osiris Stone and did some cool stuff. But go watch the video, and we'll talk more about that next week as we're able to watch all the videos and get all the information this week. And let us know what your favorite part of these Magnus events were at Epiphany Night, the Osiris Epiphany Night.
Yeah, things look like they got a little crazy down there at Camp Navarro for sure. So also we got a short survey was sent out by Niantic. Again, you probably remember last week or so, a big long one came out. Well, this one was said to be kind of a short 2-minute one, and it really was short. Basically, all they wanted to do is they wanted to know how you heard about Ingress and how likely it would be that you would recommend Ingress. And that was it. And I think there was a fill in the blank thing that was like, so what would you add? Like, how would you change or how would you improve Ingress so that you would be able to like more recommend it to a friend? So I was like, oh man, I have like a million. Like, have you heard the show?
Right.
And I'm like trying to think of all that, like what's in the capsule ideas and stuff like that. And I forget which one I put in there. I think it might have been. Oh shoot! Now I can't remember which one, but if you've watched the show, you've probably already heard it. But I wanted to put in a good, juicy like paragraph of like something good, right? Something unique, something that took some thought to think about, like. And I'm sure they see all these and maybe they'll say a big paragraph. They're like, well, either they're like, oh God, this guy's a nerd. Like, what is this? It's too many words. Or they're like, wow, this guy really does. Let me read it. It took some time. I don't know. Who knows?
Well,
but I just think it's really cool that they're like asking. They're very concerned, right? This is the second survey in the same month, so that's cool.
Well, and I think. I mean, it's kind of the problem that I think Ingress has at the early level. I mean, it's like, I remember when I was first starting to play, and pretty much what I was told was, well, you can't really do anything until you're level 5, so hurry up and get there, because you can't really blow up portals and do stuff. And so just, if you see a portal that you can throw something on, throw it on there, link up stuff, and, hack, and that was it.
Yeah.
And when I'm trying to get, like, my kids and my wife playing and stuff, it's the same thing over and over again. It's kind of like ultimate confusion. Like, it's just kind of like, it doesn't seem like any other game, right? When you first start, It's like, what? I don't, like, I need to what do you mean link and keys and like doing all this stuff? There's a lot throwing at people, and it's like, well, you can put resonators on, but only a certain amount. And it's like so many rules to throw at someone at the very early level. It's almost like they need, like, a different game at the early level, just a part of the game, and like maybe not even let you do certain things until it's like, now you've leveled up to level 3 and now you can do this. It's like,
yeah,
and maybe give more XP at those early levels to really get people up to level 5 or maybe even level 8, like pretty fast. I mean, I know, like, for people who've been playing forever, 8 is like, you could get to 8 really fast now, like but the game. And you know what you need to do to get there, but new people don't, and it's like they either need to be handheld a little more than any other game. The learning curve is pretty steep, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like the kind of the restrictive mechanic idea, like restrict how many features you have access to early game, kind of like and I don't know why this pops in my head. This is old school, but Metroid, like the old school Metroid games on NES, was like you're just a regular guy and you can do basic attacks. And then as you progress through the game, you unlock new abilities that are permanent to your character. So from then on, you can put bombs down. Okay, now I know that I can look for these little broken cracks, and then I could put a bomb on it, and and then you have missiles, and then you're slowly going. So by the end of the game, you're like this awesome robot guy, right? So like this game, it's like you have access to everything day one. So it is overwhelming, but I never really thought about that in the past of like just restricting how many features you have early on. And I think that's probably, it seems more likely the way they should go, because now as you progress, all you're doing is increasing your XM tank. That seems a little weird, right? Like,
right.
Why? Like,
it's not like WoW, like the old MMOs and stuff where you're used to like, okay, you start off with this couple abilities because you're just learning the game, right? You're learning the mechanics of the game, how to move, right? And so then they're like, okay, now you're level 4. Now you get this new ability, and it does this. It's different from what you've been doing. Right. And so you learn it, level by level, and then by the time you get to the high level, you know all your abilities, and you start, there needs to be a little more, strategy kind of built into the training as you level up as well. Layering, right? Things like that, that blows people's minds sometimes. New players are like, what?
Right.
20 layers, 50 layers, what? You're like,
yeah. Yeah, and it's probably not too late to actually kind of rework the progression, because with Prime coming out and a lot of new players, it's never too late. For us, we're level whatever we are. I'm 13 right now.
I'm
so
42. So
you're 42, sweet. Yeah. So we don't need to go through that progression, but just how about new users or new agents? Have that restriction. And by the way, thank you to chat room. CW Townsend, who said Samus is a female. That's right. I forgot. I called him a dude. She's a dudette. But anyway. But yeah. Good one.
You got a little froggy.
Froggy. First Saturdays are coming up soon. So that's always been kind of a fun thing to do in the summer. And we only did this, I guess, one summer we did a couple of FSs, and the last one we did became an official FS. We did these unofficial FSs where they're the score and everything isn't submitted to the worldwide ladder or whatever you want to call it. But then we became official, and then we're in the system and everything. And then, but anyway, so you don't have to be official to do it. You could just do it and meet your local agents and stuff. And that's kind of how we started. But anyway, that being said, FS is coming back around. So June 2nd is the first FS, or the next FS coming up. So that's pretty cool. I would love to do it here in town and film these. And maybe if nobody else is heading these up, then we could just head them up, right?
Well, we got to, if you want to do one, if you want to do it officially and submit it to Fev Games to get it on the list so people know about it, besides having to contact everybody, you will have to footwork anyway for that. You need someone from the other faction to join. You basically host it together, right? So there's someone from each faction for the first Saturdays. But we could do FS 4th Saturday where it's just an enlightened event. And we just get enlightened together. And it'll be an Agent Academy approved 4th Saturday. And then Resistance can do their 4th Saturday where it's just Resistance and they do things separately. And it's mini anomalies. I think that would be more fun than the first Saturdays where you basically... it was I don't know. It was level up the kids. It's great getting the kids involved. And it's getting them into the game, and that's good. But I want to have these mini anomalies, with our town, right? So if there was another one where it was FS, but 4th Saturday, right? And you go in there, it's we're going to hold downtown. You come and try to take downtown from us. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh yeah, that's wild. That would be cool.
We don't have to go to Atlanta, Nashville, Boston to do the anomaly. We can make this ourselves. I know it doesn't get on some world scoreboard or anything, but we would know it, and we could post it on our site. Yeah. Now that it's back up and running. So, I don't know. Let us know what you think about 4th Saturday. We'll just take the hashtag and everything. Hashtag FS.
Oh, 4th Saturday, every 4th Saturday. So you can still have time to do the official one, but 2 days later you do ours.
Or should we do TS? We'll do 3rd.
Oh, 4th Saturday. No, that would be the 4th week. Oh, I get it. Yeah.
And then it'd be right before the first Saturday, so I don't know. Maybe if we did TS. 3rd Sunday. We'll do TT. That. It's a little TT.
TP?
TT.
Oh, TT?
I gotta go to potty. I gotta go potty.
The 3rd Tuesday or 3rd Thursday?
I don't know. You figure it out. That's why no one ever shows up. It doesn't work because everybody's on 2 different days. And
I like how confusing it is. Yeah, I think that'll work. I like
we
that.
can make it more confusing. Let us know.
I like to be confused.
How would you make this more confusing? So also, I don't know if you saw this. We did a short article on the website about Chiplander released an image from the scanner. I believe the first day of Epiphany night was it was like not the first day, but like right before. It was like Friday, I think. And so posted it, and then just a little bit later, the image was gone. People in our Telegram were like, I can't see the image or whatever. So I went there and it was gone. And then later he posted that. Something about getting in trouble or something, and the image was mysteriously vanished or something. I don't.
Freaky.
Yeah, I don't think it was in trouble or anything, right? But I think the dude does the swag for them. Someone can double check me on that, but Chiplander, I think he. It sounded like from his posters stuff that he does the swag and all the cool like items and stuff. That they sell. So anyway, Prime scanner images. Have you been seeing any more? Or are they keeping it under wraps? I heard they weren't allowed to film or take pictures.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen anything. And like Colin Williams, aka Incredible Hulk, in one of his videos, he had to just straight up explain what he saw, like detailed of like the deployment screen and stuff like that, which sounds really amazing. But I'm like, are you gonna not cut to an image or footage? But that's why it's like, are they signing an NDA? I wonder, or out of respect they're not doing it, or what?
They were told not to take pictures or photos of it, I believe. So I'm sure if they're showing it off, they weren't letting them. If they saw someone with the camera out, they were gonna, hey, you can't do that.
Pretty much just chop off their arms.
Yeah, chop off their arms and stick them in places.
That way you can't hold a camera. That's a smart thing to do.
And stick them up their butt.
That's true. They might have to cut off butts. I don't know really how you cut a butt off, but it's something
with a very, very sharp knife or machete.
Okay, like a very large scalpel. Okay.
But you would have to have a really nice badunk dunk, because if you don't have enough dunk, there's nothing to cut. It's just like, you got a few hairs.
You need some dunk down there.
A few butt hairs, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of butt hairs.
Nice transition.
What's in the capsule?
What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule? What's in the capsule?
And once again, it's on the floor. All the bits and pieces are on the floor. So this is the segment where we talk about butt hairs and the things that you want to, your ideas for the game. And most of these come from you, the listener. You can give it to us. You can use hashtag what's in the capsule. That's a really cool way to do it. Do that on Twitter. And we will look at those before we do the show, right up until we do the show. We just literally looked all these up and filled our dossier with your capsule ideas. So,
well, and there's also a new form on the website where you can submit the ideas there.
Aha.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, and that's agentacademypodcast.com.
And you may or may not get an achievement for submitting one. Possibly.
Ooh. So before we dive into the pool of awesome ideas from listeners, let's do our own real quick. Okay, here's one I got. Here's my idea for ya. It's a weird one. They're always weird. I don't even have to preface it with that. Okay, so how about? Okay, let me give you the scenario. So you're playing Ingress, and basically by yourself. You're with a group of people that don't play. They've never played. Maybe they're interested in playing, and you're like, they're going to be level 1. I guess I have to wait around months and months before they hit level 8 before we can do anything real. But might as well get my friends interested now. So maybe this time around Christmas, they'll actually be useful for something. Well,
Doubt it.
that's where my idea comes in.
Oh.
So now imagine if you could allow your friends to match your current level temporarily. So through spending money, I don't know, like an item, something you charging, something you're giving up, I don't know. That's not up to me to decide. That's Niantic's job. But some way that you can exchange something for the ability to allow your friends to match your level temporarily. So I'm level 13 and I get like 4 people, 4 of my friends to suddenly be 13 for a weekend, for 24 hours, for 6 hours, I don't know, for 2 hours. Something like that. Probably most likely 2 hours versus like, a day or two, because that's pretty powerful. So now they can participate in tearing up the town or building a farm or I don't know, whatever level 13s do together. And that's my idea. Eat some barbecue and drink some Malort. So yeah, I think that might be a thing, and it's kind of a thing with like other games. Like if you played, what is that MMO? The free Neverwinter. Neverwinter.
World of Warcraft.
Guild Wars. Guild Wars 2 allows you to grab a bunch of low-level dudes and dudettes, and they can join you on a dungeon run and match your level temporarily. That kind of thing. So, yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. And plus, think about the friends who have never played and suddenly they're all awesome and powerful and level 13 or 16 or whatever level you are. That will possibly push them over the edge and go, wow, I really want to do that. I want to level up. Because once they get back to level 1, they're like, I'm only level 1. I can't like get level 8 bursters, or I can't do this or that. Well, it's some incentive. So
incentive.
Boom.
Incentives.
A level link. I like that.
Level
Luna said a level link.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and there are some concerns. Like 1017 says, we'll see a ton of level 16 spoofers out there then, as they share their spoofing love with their spoofing partners. Spoofers in crime. So I've got an idea that might help with that. We've been talking in TG about some of the things, ways to deal with spoofers. And one of the ideas I liked in there was this idea of adding some sort of check. And it could be kind of voluntary to give you more kind of abilities or leeway, or it could be just like, this happens. So every once in a while, you would get a thing that says, like, your scanner needs calibration. Please hold up your camera towards the nearest portal. And, it happened while you're around a portal or whatever. So then you would do that, and it would, scan the portal. It would take a picture of it, which then it would send that picture to OPR, and OPR would basically grade it. And if it was a good picture of that portal, then it would just add it into the network of pictures. If it was a 1-star for the picture, like, okay, this is the dude's foot, or, definitely was not the portal, or it's just completely black, then it's going to, file it away and say, okay, let's keep a tab on this agent. And if they get too many of these 1 stars, then we start looking at their, what they're doing, and like, does this look like it's profile of a spoofer, or someone cheating that's not getting these pictures because it's noon where they are, and it's still, midnight in their picture, because obviously they don't want to show where they are or whatever, right?
Right.
So it would make it harder for spoofers. It would add more pictures, I think, to the network as well. More for OPR to do. And I don't know. It's just like, is it too much trouble? Like when normal players be like, oh God, I got to calibrate my scanner again.
Right.
That sort of thing.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that I guess the effort should be kind of equal to the threat or whatever. Like I mean, if that's what it takes, and people want to fight it enough, then they'll do whatever's required. But
Right.
you know,
Well, and like we've played games before in the past, like PUBG or other shooters where they use, I forget what it's called, like BattleEye or some other. It's some other program or service, and it's small, but it sits there on the side, and it's separate from this other program, but it's just to sit there and catch you cheating. And to make sure you're not doing other stuff. So what if there was another app, a companion app to Ingress that you had to have on your phone to play, and you had to have it going? And it did certain checks that maybe could keep spoofers from spoofing? I don't know what that would be, but maybe there's something like that.
right? That'd be a hard sell too on a mobile device. Having to install something additional that might turn a lot of people away.
Well, and yeah, I would think that too, but it never batted an eye doing it for any of the games. I was always pissed that I had to do it, but I still did it because I wanted to play the game.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I think a lot of the people that fight back on some of these things are the cheaters. Like, they don't want to have to do it. And it's not so much, well, I don't want more crap on my phone or whatever. It's just, well, then I can't cheat. You know, and so it's like, oh, you can't do that because it's going to take another kilobyte of data on my phone, and that's bad. That's like, well, but do you want the spoofers? Do you want the people buying crap? You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Something like that. You know, actually, I guess it would be like the runtime libraries for whatever game engine they're using. You know, like Ingress Prime is going to be using the Unreal engine or something. Is that right?
Unity, I think.
Or Unity. Unity. So the Unity runtime libraries, or you know, whatever the program in the background that's allowing you to run the Unity engine stuff, has that anti-cheating stuff built in. So it's not like I'm downloading this app, this anti-cheat app, just for Ingress. I'm downloading it for everything that's ever been, you know, utilized by that gaming engine. So I think that's an easier sell.
So it would work on Pokemon Go, it would work on, you know, Wizard
and all those weird games everybody's playing, you know, like everything, you know, like I don't know how many games they actually use, but.
Well, it's just like there's some kind of technical hurdles there that I don't know. Someone in the Telegram chat made I thought it was kind of a good idea. I just don't know if it can be done, but if it would check every once in a while the actual satellite that you're getting your GPS signal from, if there was some way to do that. So if then it's like, well, they're not getting it from a satellite, they're getting it from, you know, their phone is telling us what their coordinates are.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, trace it back. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, fun stuff.
Fun stuff catching them cheaters.
But speaking of fun stuff, we got a ton of great ideas sent in by listeners, just like you and you sitting there in the back. You don't have to hide in the corner there. You can get up and sit at your desk or jog. Maybe you're running. Are you running and listening to the podcast? Anyway.
Maybe they don't have any legs. Maybe they can't run.
Now you make me look like an a-hole. Thanks a lot.
Not everybody on this planet has legs, Brent.
I know that.
God. But also, speaking of cheaters, we have an agent named Muddy Eagle. I'm not saying you're a cheater.
I was just a cheater.
That was just an awkward transition.
Or her. It could be a her. Why are you calling him a him? It could be a her. You've been doing that all podcast long, you sexist.
Muddy Eagle. It is a wonderful person. What's in your capsule? Okay, the ability to upgrade and change mods on a portal. Great podcast, folks. Thanks. So, to upgrade and change mods. So, we have talked about upgrading before, and kind of like, I think we got really in depth talking about kind of like upgrading in tiers. Like, you have like 3-tier upgrade. So like your power cube is just a normal power cube, and then you upgrade it with either merging 2 more of the same item, and then it powers up, like it levels up to something awesome, like a tier 2 power cube, which is like, I don't know, has additional features. And then you do it again, then you have like tier 3, which is like really expensive, but it's still just a mod, and it's still just as like fragile as all the other mods that could be knocked off, destroyed. But obviously it has like a lot of awesome features. I love the idea of upgrading mods. I really feel like that's something they're going to explore in the future.
Well, I think also a lot of people
want
to just upgrade, like when someone puts in a common shield on a portal, or puts in. The problem is there's some things that I don't think you can change. Like, I don't think you should be able to change a very rare shield down to a common, right? You shouldn't be able to ever go backwards. But also you shouldn't be able to change to a different type, because it's like someone may have wanted to put a turret for whatever reason on this portal, and you wanting to change it out to a shield, you probably shouldn't be able to.
Right.
But if always upgrade from, common to the, rare and very rare. And
what about the link amp though? It just starts off as very rare. How about having the crappiest link amp? Like, I don't even know how you make a link amp crappy, but you got the tier 1 link amp, and then you got the awesome link amp, and then you have that freaking mother of all link amps,
VRLA.
It just it basically can wrap around the entire planet. Basically, if you really come down to it, if you want to build a base, if you want to build portals on the moon, you could do that. You could link to the moon.
Already one there.
And you could link to Mars. You could do a pretty big triangle that way, right? From Earth to the moon.
Couple MU. There's not many people out there though, right? You just get like the space station, couple aliens. So,
well, it depends on the alignment too of the planets, right? Like in a certain alignment,
if you actually got the planet inside the triangle.
Right, yeah, and it'll be a really small sliver in certain parts of the year, and sometimes that MU will it's like dynamic MU, right? It's an ever evolving, changing field. Man, I just blew my own mind. Wouldn't that be awesome? Intergalactic fielding. Nice.
Just the time of the day, it would be like 0 MU, quadrillion MU.
Wow,
that'd be weird.
So yeah, space is cool.
Maybe
we should get on to the next one. That one got a little grandiose there.
So the next one, the next one's from DRPC 35653. Send in 5 ideas. So I'm just going to start with the first one, and we will do the next one next episode. So he's taken care of for the next 5 episodes.
Right.
First one here is mod stacking. Still 2 per person per portal. Can only match current mod per slot. Example, VR shield, turret, force amp, then when stacked shows ×2.
We always have to pause and go, what does that mean? Okay.
Do you get it?
Let's see. Mod stacking. Let's see.
Does that mean like if there's a VR shield on it, you could put a VR shield on top of their VR shield to double up?
I think that's what that means.
But it's only 2 people?
Still 2. Oh, yeah. 2 different people. Yeah. So
or you still 2 per person per portal. So 4 people could put shields on it. But
so
only
it's
2.
kind of like upgrading. So it's kind of like upgrading like we talked about?
Yeah, but multiple people.
Right. Huh.
It's interesting. I think there's something there.
Right. So,
maybe it's like it takes half. Like it's almost like, half-life of something. So if there's, just for example, we'll go with VR shields. Just shields, right? So 2 different people put 2 shields apiece on there, right? And then 2 more people come by and go like, hey, let's stack some shields on it. It wouldn't be like having 8 shields on it. It would be like having 6 shields on it. Because when they put their 2 shields on, they get the half-life of the shields. It only does a half bump.
Okay.
And then the next set, it would only put like, a little bit more. So it would always like half of the half, right? So you keep
Right.
stacking all day long. 50 agents come along, putting very rare shields on the same thing. It's just, in the long run, the 50th one it's a waste of the item.
Right. So it's like an exponential curve.
I don't know. It's getting all mathy.
All mathy. All mathed up. Math is fun. Stay in school.
You make it in a bathtub.
You do?
Meth? You said meth?
Oh.
Meth is fun?
You make it in a bathtub. Then you explode. And then the feds come knocking down your door. Psh, man, I hate it when that happens. So we got another one from...
What if there's a chance of it exploding too? See, I think that's the one thing we're missing from the game is
a random
damage
and
to
RNG.
the player. Like, I guess it would like suck out their XM, but still, it's like, oh, I got to eat some cubes, right? But if like you're stacking it on there, it has a chance to blow up in your face and suck out your XM. So then you got to waste a cube. Something.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
So it's kind of like botching a roll in like a role playing, like a tabletop game, right?
Yeah.
You roll, you hit zeros or hit the skulls or whatever it is that you're playing.
And the GM makes you take off all your clothes.
Right?
Wait, that was a bad experience. But let's go on. So
that was last Saturday. So yeah, that's great. RNG kind of introduce something random happening. Like Ingress has nothing random, right? Like nothing. Everything is planned. Everything is right on schedule. Everything is quantized.
It's all math.
I think that would be awesome. Wow. See, that's a game for you. A game that you know the ins and outs, you know the strategies, or you've built your own strategies, but you know the mechanics. And through the mechanics, you build your strats, and you get with your team, and there's always that element of surprise, right? Where the game surprises you, and you're like, you know what? We didn't account for that. You know what I mean? It's like, That's the fun of it. Like failing is fun sometimes when you're like, oh my God, like Hearthstone. Love Hearthstone. Like 80% of freaking Hearthstone is just randomness. Like that's fun.
But it's like you're trying to do an op and it's like, hey, let's stack these, link amps so we can, shoot this link further. But there's a chance it'll blow up and alert the whole neighborhood that it happened. And then they know that you're trying to do something crazy and they're going to come and try to block you.
So is it worth the risk, right? That's exciting. It's like gambling. Gambling's exciting.
Gambling's good. Drinking, gambling, smoking weed. It's all, wait.
Yeah, and math in a bathtub.
Weird night.
Cool. All right. Well, let's get on to old...
Please, we need to get out of the segment fast.
Okay. Here's one from Bobel Britannico. Cool name. What's in your capsule? Well, here it is. I've suggested this before in other forums, but another airing won't hurt. I carry a lot of stuff in capsules just to use in anomalies. I'm talking hundreds of items. What I would like to see is a capsule into which you can put stuff into wherever you like. What? Yeah, you can put stuff into whenever you like. Okay. But from which you can only extract stuff at or around anomaly time. What? It would work like a key capsule in that it would only count as one inventory item.
So this is kind of like, and I know we always go to World of Warcraft, but it's something I know that both Eric and I have played, and a lot of people know it, so maybe people can get the reference here. But you have different like loadouts for like PvP and like different things, and like, well, I can just switch to this thing during this time because I need it for this dungeon only. But and the rest of the time I can use this. So like it's almost like a different loadout, and this capsule, maybe it swaps all your gear for whatever's in it, so you can have your anomaly gear and your regular play gear, but you don't lose it, and you don't have to like, what am I going to do with all these keys, and what am I going to do with this during the anomaly when I have to have 800 bursters? So it just flips it and stores it. So yeah, I definitely see that.
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of see it like a time capsule. right? So everybody's familiar with the time capsule, right? As a kid or usually in schools or something, like you'll put weird stuff in there, notes, letters, pictures, whatever, in a capsule, bury it, whatever. You open it up in 20 years, 30 years. So this is basically like a time capsule, and it's a cool name because like capsule is already like in the game, right? But you set the time, and maybe you can't unset the time. Once the time's set, it's set. If you set it for the year 2030, it can only be opened then. So you can give it to somebody. You can put it on the ground. Let somebody pick it up. Maybe it stays on the ground forever. I don't know. Maybe.
What if Niantic changes the date of the anomaly? Like that would never happen, like last week. But
right,
then would your capsule be able to change date, or are you just screwed?
Maybe it'd be official time. But I'm digging the idea of time capsule. But I don't know about preset times, like you said, like anomaly time. I'm thinking it should just have a date on it. It should have like you should be able to set it.
Well, that could even be just like a different item.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
almost like a quantum capsule, but it's like
a time capsule.
A time capsule, at this date, you can throw stuff in it, and then at that date, maybe it's grown stuff. No? Mold?
Okay. Yeah, maybe it grows things. I don't think it even needs to grow anything. Like, you're basically saying, if I hide this away for a year, I want interest.
Yeah.
But I don't think interest. I don't think
so
that's.
So what's the point of it then?
Well, I don't know. That's a good point. I guess it's like
what if it was like a community time capsule where everybody could come and put stuff in it, and then 10 years later you open it and it's changed all the common items in it to VRs.
Oh, okay. So it actually gives you interest. It gives you something, a benefit.
Right. I mean, not just a kick in the junk. Like, what is this thing doing? Oh, you just can't use your crap until it opens again.
Yeah, and if it's
like,
just the same crap.
Well, I don't want it then. You have it here. You take my time capsule.
That is weird. I don't know. I guess you have to really think about what you're going to be putting in there that's valuable in the future. So, okay. Well, but that was a good one. Really, it gets the old brain thinking.
Okay. So, this next one here is from Agent Finnegan M. Says something to go along with glyph hacks, approximately 25% bonus for completion of complex glyphs for 3, 4, and 5 pictures. 25% bonus in AP, 1 point glyph bonus for 3 pictures, 2 glyph bonus for 4, 4 for 5. This would give an agent more reason to sharpen their skill with faster glyphing for hacking. Notice of the portal of color change shift to know when the agent can hack again.
Oh, okay.
One thing I've always thought of when I'm glyph hacking is there are some just biatches of groupings of things that just suck. Like when they're like, do legacy portal and then blah, 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 blah. And you're like, those are all, like they do the all and then the all with the face and then portal. And it's like all these like big, long that take forever to do. And you're like, I'm going to get it and I'm going to have like 2 seconds left. And I feel like those should give a time bonus or something, like more equipment, even if you get like lower, like because it's a harder glyph to get time wise.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Maybe that's the random element, really, right? Like, we just got done saying there's no random elements. Glyph hacking is a random element, and sometimes you do get screwed. Sometimes you get some easy ones, and that's fun. But I guess you have to balance it with the ones that are hard, and you still get the same output. So, I don't know. I guess I like it the way it is because it is that surprise element, and you never know what you're going to get. So, yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, a revelation. Let's all celebrate revelations. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, sorry, Finnegan M. I think this is a well thought out idea, but me personally, I like it the way it is. I think you should be rewarded and not so rewarded for these things. I think that's the fun of it. So, hey, that's just my stupid opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, get penalized for difficulty. Like, get better or get lost.
Well,
right?
and like the penalty is you don't get any points towards your badge if you fail. Like at any point, you get 4 of them, no points.
Right.
You got to get them all.
Yeah, and I think that's okay. I think it's just if you want more, get better at what you do. It's like real life, right? Like you want more money, be better at trying to chase down that money. Like get better at your job or get better at hunting for ways to do. It's a game, right?
Yeah, I'll
The
tell
better
you.
you are, the more you get.
Knowing the back button is there has helped me immensely. Like, I love that button now. I use it all the time. Love it.
This is getting out. Yeah.
Okay, so Snacky.
Snaky.
There's another one for Finnegan, but we'll do it. Actually, I think we've talked about it before. So we'll do it next week.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk about it.
Agent Snecky, what's in the capsule? Suggestion from an agent here. New portals, edits, and removals should be or should appear in the comms part of the scanner. We message like an XM disruption has seen ... portal appear or disappear.
Oh crap!
Means
We
that
talked about this one last week.
Oh, did we? It means that people are aware of the
Yeah.
changes in the area. Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Good one. Sorry.
Yeah, and that is a good one. Just let everybody
pasta.
know when big changes happen to the environment. Blast that out and let everybody know about it. I agree. That was a good one.
So go listen to last week's episode to find out our opinions on it.
Greetings, Agent. It is called the Agent Academy Podcast.
Okay. Thank you, JPJ Blaze.
Beautiful. It's like an opera. It's like a beautiful lullaby. I could go to sleep to that.
Right. But he didn't send one this week. He doesn't love us. So maybe next week. Maybe he'll send us another one next week. We'll see. And we don't have any comms, so.
He just played it for. And
no, I will say there was some questions or something in the chat I saw about Circle K, and so I'll give a quick update. This will be our comms this week. I've been going to a different Circle K in our town, and it's been working every time. The code thing when I bought a Polar Pop. So the one on Jordan Lane is a Circle K. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Plus from the Toy Box Bistro.
Yep, I know that one.
So now I just go to Subway down the street. They have a drive-through even, which is like awesome. A drive-through for Subway, so then I can drive and not get a drink there or chips or anything. Then I drive down to the Circle K that's just right down the street, get my drink and my bag of, actually 2, because it's 2 for $1 of sunflower seeds. That's my new fielding snack, and so I always keep some in the car. But now I'll eat those instead of chips or whatever for lunch as well, or afternoon snack, and get my code, and then go back to work.
Ah, nice.
So Circle K, everybody can just quit going to the ones where it doesn't work. How about that?
Right, good advice.
Which is the one on University Lane in Huntsville, Alabama. If you're ever there, don't go to that one.
True. All right, then. Well, we do have some stuff for comms.
Okay, let's hear it.
This comes from YouTube.
Nice.
We got the old YubTub comments from a couple folks here. The first one here we have from YouTube, and these are just comments on any of our videos. Most likely, like the podcast videos. If you comment something that's cool, we'll just read it here. Why not? So here's one from Pro Akaja.
Are you stroking?
I might not have said that right, but there's a lot of vowels and syllables that don't really connect well with each other. Anyway, so it says it says, I don't know if you're a man or a woman. Sorry. Hello and greetings from Poland. Awesome job with your podcast. Smiley face. And that was it. Thanks.
I don't know what's going on here.
Hey, these are comments. We have another one.
Are they really?
We have another one here from PX Skills that says, do you think they'll implement any kind of Intel phone correlation, like a way to have an operator highlighting the portals you have to capture or something like that? I don't know. That's a weird one. Intel phone correlation?
You know, they talked about what kind of web apps that are already out there that we like and stuff in the last survey and the really long one.
Oh,
so
okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that they wouldn't add tools like this, but it doesn't seem like they've really done much in the way of making tools to help with ops. They've just not kind of kiboshed the ones that are out there. So whether they'll just kind of use those, let people use those, it would be nice if they did something for operators to be able to, mark certain portals or be able to make it easier to send you those those portals to send you there. It really would be cool to have an operator function built into the game itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess some kind of like a multi-team type thing, where you can be an op and you can kind of set up like you can with most websites. Like with if you run a YouTube channel, you can assign managers to other people and they can log in and manage your channel. So something like that. It's like I own this op, I'm the operator, and I can assign managers or whatever role I want to assign them. And so forth, I mean, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It might be kind of far beyond the scope of the Ingress scanner itself. That might be more of like a website add-on type tool or feature, maybe. I could see that. But also being able to talk to your team in the scanner would be a smart idea too. Like how you can, in the scanner, you can say, I want to talk to my faction or everyone. You could also have a third option, say, I just want to talk to my team,
Right.
So I don't know. Yeah. I mean, wouldn't be crazy to introduce something like that.
Insane.
It wouldn't be insane. So, got something from the perplexing cat. She said, I just got my Onyx recharger.
Nice. Congrats, cats.
It's a good one to get.
Cats.
Congrats.
Awesome. We also got a message from Aishira Subasa, who says, TS Morpheus, and if you remember last week we were talking about it, utterly confused, as we get sometimes. Hashtag TS-Morpheus is an investigation storyline that has gone on for 2 months now. I'm one of the lead investigators on it. You can see the timeline of dead drops and progress here at plus.google.com/collection/YKDDZE.
Yes.
That would be why you take my portal key. I forgot the letters. I gotta scroll back over and look at the letters.
Okay. Key. Right?
Key.
Yeah.
Deploy. Zello. Enlightened.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. We were gonna start doing that. That's the new code. Well, cool. Yeah, because we had mentioned that storyline, that investigation last time. We were like, I don't know, man. It seems pretty weird. Dead drops and all this craziness. So definitely go there and check that out.
And is it really something to do with the game, or is it a player made? But apparently, it is something to do with. I mean, it was Ingress Niantic led thing. Like, it wasn't just players,
Right.
stuff.
Player stuff.
Agents, it appears we have found something interesting. Media acquired.
So this week in Media Acquired, we posted this on the website, so you might have already seen it, or you might have seen it at other places. Agent Bella Oser, I'm stroking out now, posted a video of his presentation about Ingress that he did in school. I don't know if this was college, high school, some other, whatever they call it over in Europe, their school thing, university, whatever. But anyway, he did a presentation and filmed it on the future of GPS, and it was a lot to do about Ingress and a little bit to do with some other GPS-based games. So I thought it was a good, interesting take, and maybe something to show new players, people that you want to get into the game. It's some good info about it, I think. So we'll link to that in the SitRep.
SitRep?
Episode SitRep.
In the show notes?
In the show notes. And
you can get yourself a little achievement today if you want to.
Right.
I mean, you gotta really want to.
Right.
So this, Brent, Agent Goonie Guy mentioned at the top of the show that you might want to wait a couple days, a day or two. Wait till the next business day, and then enter this sucker right into the form at agentacademypodcast.com. This is an achievement for listening to today's episode. And
it'll be the form on the episode 23 show notes page.
Okay, so you have to go to the show note. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah.
So you got to do a little bit of work.
We'll fix this in the future, but while we're in this like weird change, and it sucks for the past episodes because you're just screwed until we figure this out. So save those codes, write them down, email them to yourself. You'll get
Put
those
them in
achievements.
a time capsule.
Yes, there's a reason for them now. Good call.
Okay, so here's the code, everybody. Pay attention. What is Ada? No, I'll just say the A 2323 A.
Are you doing a song?
Yeah, it's a little ditty.
A 2323 A.
That's it.
I almost want to get the guitar, but it only has 5 strings, so I don't want to.
Let's see, what else we got?
Pardon me, Agent Soho, Agent Goonie Guy. I'm afraid you are needed in the Situation Room. If you could please wrap it up.
Dude is so stiff. Like, have a drink. Chill out.
I thought...
Sounds like a robot.
Yeah, I think he is a robot. I just saw like some steam come out of his butt. Is that a thing with robots? I don't even know.
Yeah, definitely. Our robots, at least. That's where we like the steam to come out of.
So we got a little debriefing to do here.
Yeah. So we have this thing called a podcast. You may be watching a video or a live stream, but it's all going to be on a podcast. It's on an RSS feed that you can get on your phone, and listen to on your computer anywhere. So you can listen to it while you're jogging or playing Ingress, which is a great place to listen to crap, right? So you can go do that. And so we're on these things called like iTunes and the Google Play Store. And what I'm getting at is we love reviews, because then other people who listen to podcasts a lot go, oh, look, it's got a review. So that's really cool. And hey, look, this review is really good about the show, or it's really bad. That doesn't really help us as much. But anyway, if you could, go leave us a review on iTunes or Google Play Store if they do that. I don't know if they do that there. I'm sure they do somehow, right?
I think so.
But we did get a review from Mike Too Real for You from the U.S., who says, if you play Ingress, you'll dig this. These guys are legit. That's freaking awesome.
Wow.
Thanks, Mike Too Real for You.
We got him fooled. No, but thanks. That's great. That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, no, you actually can't give reviews on Google Play, which is unfortunate. But I think it's really just iTunes. But that's what matters, and that's what we read. And I think that's always really cool. If you just take a second and do that, it just shows us that, like, we must be doing something cool. We must be doing something right.
And we know it's a pain in the ass. Like, I'm even cussing about it. Look, I said ass. Is that a cuss word? Not really, but
I don't think it is anymore. I think it was in the 80s.
But it's like iTunes is the most archaic piece of software ever built. Their podcast engine, just all of it blows. And it's like, you go, it's like, oh, can I just go to their website and leave a review for these two gentlemen who are doing a podcast? And you go there and it's like, open it up in the application. It's like, I've got to open up a whole nother application. Like, I think you may be able to do it on the app in the phone, possibly. But otherwise, you do have to open up an app. See, I'm selling this so well, but just do it. And I'll tell you this, if you do it, we'll make another form that you can send and say, hey, I had sent you a review. So if Gummy Bear Ingress and Mike Too Real for You send me a message, let me know who you are on our website, and I will make an achievement for people who leave reviews. That's the only way you can get it, is to leave a review. And maybe it'll come with a passcode. No, I can't say that, right? I can't say that.
Little incentive there. A little false incentive.
Well, I don't have enough passcodes, because, like, what if 400 people...
Oh, right? God, that's true.
I'd be like, oh, God, that's a lot of drinks. I'd be like peeing on myself and stuff. I got to suck these down. I can't just throw them away. Or, Andrew, what you doing?
Mr. Krugy.
Can I get 400 more codes, please, sir? He was really cool. I got to mention this because, so we did an op called Kudzu for a Dark XM event a while back, and I'm still waiting on the sit rep to post and give people badges on another site. But one of the things, I talked to Krug and I was like, hey, we did this, and I wanted to see if I could buy some like passcodes so that we could give like 20 out or so to like, the top players or whatever. And he goes, no, you don't have to buy them here. And he just sent me the codes. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. So it was really cool of him to do that. So I appreciate that, Andrew, and we'll get a sit rep. Eventually, I told you we would, and once we do, I will link it to you so you can be thanked properly. Not just on this shabby show.
Well, speaking of shabby shows and codes that he gave out, should we give out one? We haven't given out a code in a while.
Oh, we haven't, have we?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and give one out. Okay, this is a code that you can use today.
But it's probably just going to people who are in the live chat, because I don't think it has that many redeems.
No?
I think it's only like a couple, like 4.
Just 4?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. How many people
Yeah, we'll see. Because I think the previous ones we've given out before, even people that watched it on YouTube were able to get it later, so we'll see. Okay. And we're not going to say letters and numbers. We will say numbers. But letters, we're going to use our new code. So you're going to have to decipher. I mean, it's not really that hard anyway. But All right. Well, give her a rip. Here we go.
I ripped it.
Okay. You got it on the screen. You're ripping it. Okay. I'll say it audibly. Here we go. Ready? Zello. Frog. Neutral. 2, 4. Ada. 4, 6, 7. Weapon.
Jarvis.
I had to look for that last one. And there you go. Type that in, get yourself some good gear, and just remember that came from Andrew Krug himself.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrew.
And I guess that'll wrap up the show.
And scene.